So we have reached week 14. It is rivalry week. It is the week we play the dreaded Iowa Hawkeyes. But before we do that, obviously, we have to get into recruiting. First things up, the only scheduled visit so far is wide receiver David Wilson. He is a JUCO athlete, or a JUCO receiver. We have a massive lead on him, so this is probably going to be the week that he commits if I had to guess. We also have a very, very small lead on both Adam Pearson, the #1 running back in the country, and then John Bonner, the 5-star super speedy receiver that we're going after. Very small lead on both of them, so hopefully we can either grow that lead or continue to just barely lead into the offseason, and hopefully we're able to get them to sign on to our program. We're also going to be adding 2 more visits to the schedule this week. 2 safeties, strong safety Corey Hall and free safety Shane Dunn. Also, outside linebacker Mike Davis, we're going to schedule for a visit next week in week 15 because he already has La Tech on the schedule for this week. So we're going to have him for next week, and also Alabama is making some serious progress on him, so we're going to be bumping him up to the max of 500 points. We're also going to do the same thing with Marcus Pugh. He has Texas on the schedule this week. They're making a big push on him, so we're going to bump him up to the max of 500 as well. And then, of course, there's the athlete from Tuscaloosa, J.J. Williamson, who we have up the 500 max right now. Alabama keeps stealing guys from us. We're going to try to steal a guy from their backyard because we are the only school who is making any progress on him. So it's looking good so far to see if we can get J.J. Williamson here as a member of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And now before we actually do get into the game, I do want to go over a few things about the Iowa Hawkeyes. Obviously, they are our arch rival. They're favored in the base ratings. They've got the better, actual rating for offense, defense, and overall. But their season has been very bad. So when it comes to the, rankings, the stat rankings, we are the better team. The only stats that we are not the better team in is pass offense and pass defense. And it's not exactly like they're lighting up teams of the passing game. They're just barely better at passing than a triple option team. But then if we take a look at their stats, their quarterback is Spencer Petras. Not a great year for him, 1,600 yards, 10 touchdowns to 14 INTs. Tyler Goodson, though, is the main guy on their offense. Impact running back, very solid, definitely going to have to looking at for him. And then also they're going to be missing 2 right guards. They have season-ending injuries to 2 of the right guards on the roster, so I would say definitely they're pretty thin at that position. Both teams are coming off losses. Both teams are sitting at 5-6 on the year. Neither team has had the year they wanted, but now is the chance to get to 500. It's Nebraska, Iowa, the heroes game. We're going to start things off with the Hawkeyes here on offense. Spencer Petras under center. He's going to drop back, and he's going to find Nico Reganey on a little crossing route over the middle. Picks up 6 yards, makes it a 2nd and 4, now in the I form. It's a handoff, Tyler Goodson. He kicks it back inside, and he's got himself a first down, moving the chains here for the Hawkeyes. So new set of downs, under center, 2 tight ends. Petras, quick drop back, quick strike to Tracy Jr. He's going to get the completion, but then he's also tackled by a face mask, so Iowa gets the automatic first down. They're inside Nebraska territory now. Once again, heavy set, handoff Goodson. He's going to be wrapped up by Honus after a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 now, man in motion. Handoff Goodson again. And he's going to pick up the first down and many more yards. 14 yards on the ground. Couple plays later, it's 2nd and 2. Another heavy set for the Hawkeyes here. That's a common theme through their offense as Petras finds Sam Laporta for the touchdown as the Iowa Hawkeyes strike first and go up 7-0. So now we pick things up with the Cornhuskers here on offense. Smothers in the shotgun, running the veer, makes the wrong read, and he's going to drop for 6 yards here. 2nd and 16 upcoming for the Cornhuskers. So Johnson to his right, hand off to him, try to get a few yards, and he does. 6 yards, makes it a slightly more manageable 3rd and 10 now. 3 wide receivers out to the left, Smothers in the shotgun, fires a strike to Austin Allen. The big tight end converts the first down, and they're about the 45-yard line now. Handoff Johnson, and he is absolutely flattened right in the middle of the field. So 3rd and 5 now here for the Cornhuskers. It's going to be a screen to Johnson. He's got some blockers and the first down as he gets tackled at about midfield. But I have a new set of downs here. A couple plays later at 2nd and 5, just going back to their bread and butter, giving it to Ramir Johnson and keeping it on the ground. 3rd and inches here as he stopped just short, and then Smothers is going to keep it here on the option, and he's got himself the first down. So a new set of downs here. It's 2nd and 6. Iowa's loading the box, and Smothers just makes a really bad throw. Just a totally bonehead move there as he's picked off by the linebacker Jack Campbell. So Iowa is now getting another chance here on offense, up 7-0 already. Spencer Petras keeping it on a read option, shedding a tackler, getting 9 on the ground, sets up a 2nd and 1. Here's a pitch to Goodson out of the strong eye, and he's got the first down easily as we're about a minute 47 into, or we're left with the first quarter left. Few plays later, 2nd and 7, Goodson sheds 1 tackler, but then Marcel Dismuke takes him down for a 4-yard loss. It's 3rd and 10 here for the Hawkeyes. They're in shotgun. They're so desperate to get this, and they dump it off to a Charlie Jones, a wide receiver. He is stopped short of the first down marker. It is now 4th and 2 as they're going to punt it back to the Cornhuskers. So Nebraska back on offense here. Smothers in the pistol. Man in motion's Irvin. Handoff Johnson. He is swarmed in the backfield for a 6-yard loss. 3rd and 13 upcoming here for the Cornhuskers offense. The snap. Smothers is scanning the field. He's going to go deep into coverage, and that is picked off by Riley Moss of the Hawkeyes. He's going the other way with it. That is already 2 INTs on the day for Smothers, and now Iowa is pretty deep inside Nebraska territory, now into the second quarter. Petras keeps it on a read option, picks up 8 in the ground game, sets up a 2nd and 2 here. In the shotgun once again, Petras over the middle, finds Jones, converts the first down. So new set of downs here. Very next play, back under center. Petras dropping back, going to the air, and he's got Tracy Jr. in the end zone. Tyrone Tracy Jr. for another touchdown pass for Spencer Petras, and it's now a 14-0 lead here for the Hawkeyes. But then back on offense here with Nebraska. No gain there on first down on the option, so 2nd and 10 here. Play action. Smothers finds Martin, but he drops it. So 3rd and 10 is going to be upcoming here for Nebraska. Empty backfield, man in motion is Martin. He's coming around the backfield. Smothers trying to get somebody open, but he cannot pull the trigger. Just barely gets the pass off, so 4th and 10, and Iowa is now back on offense. In the shotgun here, man in motion. It's a handoff to Charlie Jones, the receiver, getting an end around and the first down. So a successful end around gets called. They move the chains. Now they're back in shotgun once again. About 5:50 left in the quarter. Goodson up the middle, only gets 2 yards. 2nd and 8 here. Now back to their bread and butter of the I form. Another handoff. Goodson up the middle gets 3 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 5. Now they're in the shotgun, empty backfield. Petras keeps it, and he's going to be sacked, or at least tackled, strip sacked, and that's going to be a Nebraska ball as they jump on it. Damon Daniels forces the fumble. Petras drops it, and Nebraska jumps on it, so they are now inside Iowa territory here with the ball, and it's going to be a handoff. Johnson here on 2nd and 8, picks up 6, makes it a very manageable 3rd and 2. So the snap, Smothers handoff, Johnson, right back to him, gets him a new set of downs. So now they're deeper inside Iowa territory, about the 25-yard line. Here out of the pistol, it's going to be a screen to Johnson. Sheds a tackler. Almost disaster, but he manages to make it a positive play. So 2nd and 7 here for Nebraska. Johnson to Smothers right. Read option. Smothers keeps. He's going to find his way for the first down as he lunges through 2 defenders here. A couple plays later, it's 2nd and 10. And Smothers runs right past the man, and he picks up another first down with his fleet feet. Sets up a 1st and goal here. Out of the pistol are the Cornhuskers. Smothers pitches to Johnson. Out of the option, it's a touchdown, Cornhuskers, and they make it a 1-score game as Nebraska is on the board. It's 14-7 now. 2:42 left here in the first half. Iowa back on offense. Tyler Goodson going nowhere on that handoff, and for some reason they're shit-talking one of the offensive linemen. So now another handoff here for Goodson, and he's going to immediately get all those yards that he lost back, or the 1 yard he lost back, and get the first down. So new set of downs here at about midfield for the Hawkeyes. Another handoff Goodson, another first down, and more. Somehow breaks through the entire Nebraska defense, and he scampers to the end zone for a 52-yard touchdown, and the Hawkeyes are now up 21-7 as Nebraska is not in a great spot here. Less than 2 minutes left till halftime. Handoff Johnson here on first down. Absolutely nothing going. 2nd and 10 here. Smothers going to the air here. Cannot get the pass, or he gets the pass off, but cannot complete it. So it's 3rd and 10 upcoming. 1:28 left in the half. Smothers going to the air. He's got Torrey, but it's going to be batted down as it's not deep enough. And it's going to be now a punt back to Iowa here on offense with 1:15 left in the half. Petrus going over the middle. Has Laporta. Oh, probably a missed face mask there, but instead it's 2nd and 10. So Petrus back to the air. He's got Laporta, his tight end, again, and they move the chains this time. So now we're inside, or at the 1 minute mark, now inside the 1 minute mark here in the second quarter. Petrus back under center. He's going to have some time in the pocket, go into the end zone, and that's going to be batted down. Almost a game-changing pick there for Nebraska, but instead it just batted down. So 51 seconds here. Petrus back under center, dropping back, firing to Jones, and he drops it, and it goes into the hands of Feldarius Payne. Somehow saves that from hitting the ground. Let's take another look at this one. Feldarius Payne, the outside linebacker, off the hands of Jones and somehow keeps it off the turf. What an interception by Payne. So now the Cornhuskers have a chance to score here with like 40 seconds left in the half. Johnson breaking tackles left and right and finds a first down. So 14 yards. Remember, the clock does not move on first downs in halftime until they get set. So Smothers here running the option, keeps it, gets a first down. Now there's about 33 seconds left. Now they're in the Wildcat here. Johnson under center to Irvin. They try some trickery. Almost disaster. As it's 2nd and 15 now, as Nebraska manages to jump on it, so they call a timeout. They only have 1 left now. 2nd and 15. Smothers rolling out to avoid pressure, and he's tripped up, sacked for a loss of 5, and they lose even more yards. It's 3rd and 20 now, just trying to get in range for a field goal here, and then once again, Smothers just cannot pull the trigger, and he's sacked again. Just an absolutely brutal end to the half there for Nebraska as they're going to go into halftime down 21-7 here to Iowa. So we'll pick things up now in the second half. Nebraska on offense, Smothers in the shotgun, handoff Johnson. He's got himself a first down, moves the chains 11 yards on the ground. So a couple plays later, it is 2nd and 9 here out of the pistol, and Smothers, he's going to find Irvin, makes the catch, but then he is absolutely flattened right as he does by Riley Moss, and that's going to be an incompletion. So 3rd and 9 now, going to the screen game. Johnson has a block, and he's going to just barely pick up the first down there as he crosses the first down marker. 2nd and 6 here, a couple plays later. Handoff Johnson picks up the first down on the ground. So now out of the pistol here, Smothers running the option, keeps it, pitches, Johnson, he's got some green in front of him, and he picks up the first down before Riley Moss takes him down. So 2nd and 10 here, a few plays later. in the shotgun, read option, Smothers keeps, he sheds a tackler, and he's got the first down and more. 16 yards, it's 2nd and 7 inside the 10-yard line now. Or about the 10-yard line here as Smothers rolling out to avoid pressure. This time he gets away from the defender, and he's in the end zone. Logan Smothers gets his fleet feet across that goal line, and it's now back to being a one-score game. 21-14. Here's about 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Iowa on offense here. A nice little wide receiver screen to Tyrone Tracy Jr., and he picks up the first down. So new set of downs here for the Hawkeyes. Back in the shotgun, Petrus scanning all the time in the world, and he's still not able to get the pass off, as that is just perfect protection, or perfect coverage from the Nebraska defense there as they manage to get the coverage sack. So 2nd and 15 here as Goodson is laid out by Will Honus over the middle, so 3rd and 8 upcoming for the Hawkeyes. Petrus goes over into the flats for Laporta, and he is drilled by Deontay Williams Jr., and that's going to be a punt back to Iowa, or back to Nebraska. So they take over here on offense. Handoff Johnson goes up the middle, 7 yards. Sets up a 2nd and 3 here. Out of the shotgun once again, Smothers over the middle, has Johnson, and he holds on to that for the first down. Inside the 2-minute mark here in the third, it's the read option, and it's a perfectly covered read option as everybody was tackled on that, and it's a loss of 2 yards. So 2nd and 12 here. Johnson gets the pitch on the option, and then look at that, just absolutely jukes 2 Iowa defenders out of their shoes. Take a look at this. Hits him with the old stutter step, and boom, just 2 guys flying. 1st and 10 here now at about the 1-minute mark. So Smothers rolling out to avoid pressure once again, and he gets away from guys, makes it a positive play. 2nd and 5 now inside the 1-minute mark. It's going to be a veer. Smothers keeps, and he's got the first down. Crosses into Hawkeye territory. So Martin's in motion, handoff Johnson up the middle. He's got 7, sets up a 2nd and 3 here. About 19 seconds left in the quarter now, triple option. Smothers keeps, has the first down. They move the chains. Now at the very end of the third quarter here, Smothers go into the air. It's a screen to Johnson. He's got a bunch of blocks, and he's got Green in front of him. He sees pay dirt, and he has it. Ramir Johnson to the end zone, 28 yards through the air, and Logan Smothers and company have tied this game at 21 as we are going into the fourth quarter. So Iowa back on offense here, incomplete there over the middle as Petrus throws into cover. 2nd and 10 here. Very heavy set for the Hawkeyes. Handoff Goodson. Trucks through a man. And then he somehow gets tripped up. Only gets 3 yards on the ground. So 3rd and 7 here. Iowa in the shotgun. Petrus scanning the field. He's going to the corner. And he's got Reganey? I think it's Reganey. I already forgot how to say it. Reganey gets the reception. And then they're back to the run game here. First down. Nothing going for Goodson. Back under center. Petrus, handoff Goodson. He gets no yards on there, so back-to-back, nothing going on the ground. It's 3rd and 9. They go to empty backfield. Petrus keeps it, and he gets flattened by Will Honus. 4th and 8. They punt it back to Nebraska. What a huge defensive possession there from the Nebraska Cornhuskers. As then another perfectly covered read option here from the Iowa defense forces a 3rd and 12. Now for the Nebraska offense. So Smothers, it's another screen, and Johnson just gets nothing there. Actually loses a yard. They try to go to their trusty screen that's been working for them today, but instead they have to punt it back to Iowa. So they get another chance here at 2nd and 6, and nothing going there as JoJo Dahman wraps up Goodson for a no gain. So 3rd and 6 now. They're going to go to a wide receiver screen. Another one to Tracy, and he picks up a first down again. So they move the chains. They're into Nebraska territory here. About 3:35 left in the fourth quarter. It's a handoff to Ivory Kelly Martin. The backup running back gets 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 now for Iowa. And Goodson's going to be wrapped up by Dahman for a loss. Pushes him backwards. It's now 3rd and 7. 2:50 left in the quarter. Petrus scanning the field. He's got time, and he hooks up with Reganey. 14 yards reception. 2nd and 5 now, a couple plays later, about 2:10 left in the game. Goodson's going to get to the outside here, but he's going to have a 4-yard loss as DeSmook tackles him for a loss. So 3rd and 9 now, handoff Ivory Kelly Martin. He's wrapped up for a loss. 4th and 12. What a huge stop here for the Nebraska defense as they bend but don't break. Hold Iowa to a field goal. So they go up 24-21, but now Nebraska has like a minute and change, a minute 15 to go down and try to either kick a field goal to tie it or a touchdown to win. So 7 yards immediately on the ground with Johnson. 2nd and 3, right back to Ramir Johnson. 1st down. Clock stops at 55. They hurry to the line, and they're going to get the play off with about 50 seconds. Smothers running the triple option. Pitches to Johnson. He's got Green. Stiff arms a man for about a few, maybe 5 extra yards. Gets 25 on the ground. 33 seconds left. Now handoff Irvin Jr. He gets 7 on the ground. And the Cornhuskers call a timeout. They have 1 left. It's 2nd and 3. 29 seconds left. Smothers going to the screen. Johnson's got some blocks. He's got the 1st down. He's inside the 15-yard line. 22 seconds left now. Smothers running the veer. Makes the right option, or makes the right read here. Gets tackled just short of the 1st down marker. They call a timeout with 14 seconds left. It's 2nd and 1. Martin motions into the backfield. It's a triple option, and Smothers is into the end zone. Touchdown Nebraska as they score a touchdown to take the lead with 11 seconds left. That's as close to a walk-off touchdown without actually being a walk-off touchdown as you can get, as the Nebraska Cornhuskers rally back and they score a last-second touchdown to beat their arch-rival Iowa Hawkeyes here by a score of 28-24 as they win this year's Heroes game. Very even day on paper when it came to the total offense. It just came down to Nebraska was just clicking in that 4th quarter and second half in general as they came out in the second half and they pretty much dominated that second half as Iowa just couldn't really do anything after taking that 21-7 lead into halftime. That's 237 yards on the ground for Nebraska. 145 of them came from Ramir Johnson, who also had a touchdown. And then, of course, Logan Smothers, our option QB. 21 carries, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground as this dynamic backfield of Smothers and Johnson just shows what they can do. They're very inconsistent this year, but in games like this, they go out there and they produce, and it shows what the future can be with this young backfield. So obviously that is the last regular season game of the year for the Cornhuskers. They are going to finish the year at 6-6. I would say that's respectable, especially after the dreadful middle of the season we had against all those Big Ten West teams where we lost those 4 straight games. But definitely a solid first year, I would say, where we're definitely not up to talent in the Big Ten, I would say. We are going to be in a bowl game. We just do not know what bowl game yet. Week 15 is a bye, so we're going to be doing the recruiting for Week 15, going over the end-of-season stats and awards and whatnot really quickly, and then probably showing the bowl game all in one video for next video. So with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of the Nebraska Cornhuskers Dynasty. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I am saying goodbye.